Good afternoon. As you all know, today we held a disciplinary review hearing involving Senior Police Officer Lenny Quintana. I think it is critical for this department, for this community, and most importantly, the men and women of the Austin Police Department to have a very clear understanding of the sequence of events that led up to this day. In April of 2006, Officer Quintana and an officer that's involved, a female officer that he was involved in relationship, engaged to at some point, had an altercation where Officer Quintana forced his way into her house and removed cruise tickets. That was an incident on 4/20 of 2006, and Officer Quintana received formal discipline for that incident. May 3rd, 2010, we were having a disciplinary review hearing in this very room with Officer Quintana involving his DWI, for which he was indefinitely suspended by the department. During that disciplinary review hearing, information caught my attention involving a request by the involved female officer that Officer Quintana be given an order, a stay away order from her. And based on his responses and his body language, and based on my training and experience, I formed the opinion that he was being evasive, and therefore I ordered that Internal Affairs on that day, on May 3rd, 2010, contact the involved female officer and ask a series of questions. The contact with that female officer revealed that Officer Quintana had in fact been involved in a physical altercation with her. We then ordered at that time a complete investigation into that incident by Internal Affairs. On 10/10/09, Leander PD actually responded to that location and an incident report was taken. That comprehensive investigation today was the culmination of that comprehensive investigation. And during that investigation of the incident in Leander in October of 2009, the department learned of another incident where Officer Quintana and the same female officer had an altercation. In that incident, Officer Quintana physically tried to remove an engagement ring from her hand, and physically held her against her will up against the wall. There are those that would ask us to ignore what we have learned, but I'm here to tell you that we have a moral and legal obligation to investigate allegations of inappropriate physical conduct, especially when it's a male officer of this department. Our job is to gather the evidence, and we believe that the evidence will show that Officer Quintana should not be a member of this police department. Officer Quintana has admitted enough to us in the administrative process to say that absolutely he does not belong in this department. He does not belong being a police officer. Because any man that would try to physically take a ring from a woman and keep her pinned up against the wall is not a man I want wearing this badge. If that were my daughter that was placed in that position, I'd have a real problem. Any man that thinks he can just force his way into a house and push a person out of the way, it's about this tall, I've got a problem with. And anybody in this community that thinks that's good behavior, well, good for you. But I don't, and neither does anybody else standing behind me. We will not tolerate that behavior.